all about this for a couple of weeks now. And I wasn't paying much attention to it, as I rarely pay attention to anything Mr. Davies says.
An urgent warning is now going around as there's less than 2 remaining before an expected solar eclipse. An urgent warning is now going around as there's less than 2 remaining before an expected solar eclipse is set to hit and affect 15 different states. We're going to go ahead and go through this list, but it's going to go through places like Texas, Oklahoma, Arkansas, Ohio, New York, and Indiana, just to name a few. Now, you might be thinking that a solar eclipse isn't necessarily dangerous given that it's nature, and that you're safe so long as you don't look at it directly, without the proper gear. But the problem is, this is the last solar eclipse until the year 2044. This means that there's a lot of excitement and, with people who have never even seen a solar eclipse before. And that's where the danger lies.
You need proper eclipse glasses. Sunglasses, I don't care how dark those things are, those will not come even close to properly protecting your eyes. To make sure that you don't damage your eyes and honestly just to overall see the eclipse better. You need proper eclipse glasses that are CE and ISO certified. Highly recommend getting them sooner than later. They're normally pretty cheap, but they typically do sell out.
There can be many unforeseen events during this time. In fact, local government officials in different states are now announcing warnings about how people should go about this rare event. Believe it or not, some residents are actually being told now.
Most people have no clue that in 2023, the best way to make money on Amazon is not with
to go ahead and stock up on food, water, supplies, and even gas. There's even warnings that talk about eclipse.
My fault, but anyways, I'm doing a reaction video about the solar eclipse. There's been a lot of YouTube channels that's been talking about it, as you can see, and I'm just reacting to this. Do you believe this is a real conspiracy? That this is real, that the end times is here? Or do you believe this is false? So many things been happening, you feel me?
Chasers that are
including that earthquake that happened in New York City,
sure to flood towns and cities that are affected by this phenomenon. And of course, the eclipse is expected to happen in early April. And it's said that there are areas that would experience it for far longer compared to others. One state that's already preparing at this time would be Texas. They're actually so serious about this that some counties are already issuing disaster declarations.
This world is changing. And for those believers who study Bible prophecy, the stars are beginning to align.
Yeah, man. So much things is happening, and it's crazy. But everybody got to keep their head up and hope for the best. Hope for some positivity and stuff like that. Hope for a greater day, because the world is ending.
But how will the world?
I'm not sure if the world is ending, but I know I'm not sure if the world is ending, but I know there's a new cycle. It's Aquarius age. It's an age of knowledge and creativity.
Will the end come as result of an all-out nuclear war? Will there be a deadly virus mutation that will wipe out billions? Will the end come at the moment of impact when a giant asteroid from space makes contact with the Earth? These are all theories that have been discussed and debated by scholars, historians, and scientists. But what does the Bible say? What is God's plan regarding the end of this world as we know it? In this video, we'll take a look. For you to understand the end of the world, you have to go to the very last book in the Bible, the book of Revelation. This book is unlike any other within the pages of the scriptures because it foretells us about God's wrath to come, supernatural apocalyptic events, extreme changes in the weather, and so much more. So let's take a look at what's to come according to the book of Revelation. Earthquakes. It's no secret that earthquake activity has been increasing over the past century, with the intensity of earthquakes steadily increasing on average. Some scientists believe there is a very real possibility that the world will.
Oh man, so much natural disaster happens, so much earthquakes and tsunamis and over since 2020, so much natural disaster all around the world has been happening with climate change and all that. It's not even funny. I even made a video about climate change because of that, because you know I'm worried about the future of humanity, but you know there's only so much I could be worried about. I gotta, you know, I hope for the best. I love Mother Earth. Humans, we're the problem. We're the problem. We're the ones that's fucking up the ecosystem. It's unfortunate how greedy we are just to advance and stuff like that. It's sick. But some of y'all probably think it's cool.
Will experience a super earthquake in the near future. On 2 occasions of the book of Revelation, we can read the following statements that indicate that the planet will face an earthquake like never before. Then the thunder crashed and rolled, and lightning flashed.
There was an earthquake in New York
And
City
a
just yesterday or today in the morning. And there was also an earthquake in Japan on New Year's Day, or on January 1st, the first day of New Year's. There was an earthquake in Japan. And even before that, there was natural disaster happening around the world. This is crazy. You just gotta add up the pieces, you know? Try to do your calculations right. We can never know when the end times is here, but, you know, we gotta pray for the best and prepare for the worst.
Earthquake struck, the worst since people were placed on the earth, and every island disappeared, and all the mountains were leveled. Revelation 16, 18, and 20. And then we're told, in the same hour, there was a great earthquake, and 1/10 of the city fell. In the earthquake, 7,000 people were killed, and the rest were afraid and gave glory to the God of heaven. Revelation 11:13. One school of thought that verifies these biblical prophecies point to the fact that earthquakes are happening more frequently, and as we get closer to the end days, they will certainly ramp up in intensity. The book of Revelation also talks about the 7 seals and 7 trumpet judgments of God. These are a series of catastrophic events that signal.
Oh my God. This scares me, but if it's written, if it's destined, then it's destiny.
Enormous changes for the planet. As each of these judgments are cast onto the earth, they are reminiscent of the 10 plagues to fall on Egypt during the Exodus.
Can you imagine living in a world where everybody was loved and accepted?
Here is a short summary of what these judgments are and how they will affect humanity. The first seal judgment is the Antichrist being let loose upon the world. The Antichrist is depicted as a rider on a white horse. The Bible
Lately, videos have been circulating on the internet claiming that on the upcoming 8th of April, there will be a total solar eclipse in the United States, unlike any other. This is because it will occur in cities with biblical names associated with Bible prophecies, and many scholars are saying that exactly on the 8th, the period of the Great Tribulation will begin. This information has caused panic and fear in many people. In fact, many Christians are already stockpiling food and fuel because they do not want to leave their homes on April 8th. In today's video, I will show you how this theory originated and give my honest opinion based on the Bible so that you are not deceived or afraid, okay? And before we begin, I ask that you subscribe to my channel. Just click on the subscribe button, which is right below the video. Next to it, there will be a bell icon. Also activate the notification bell.
I'm trying to look for a quick summary, because a lot of people's talking about this, but I'm trying to see it within 5 minutes. Explaining if everybody's milking this shit for the clout.
On April 8th, you could have a chance at seeing something that many have never seen in their lifetime. A total solar eclipse. And this one is unique, so you really don't want to miss it. If you've never experienced one before, just take it from me, someone who has seen one, it is worth every single moment. But there are some things that you need to know if you want to properly experience this total eclipse that's coming up. So here are 5 things that you need to know before watching the total eclipse on April 8th. First, let's talk about where this thing is going to be. Well, the 100% eclipse coverage area will hit land in Mazatlan, Mexico. It will make its way through Mexico up in
Yeah. Fortunately, I'm gonna let y'all go.